everybody, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is b.eeana and I'm a first-year medical student at a DO school. So happy Friday, or maybe not so happy Friday, because not happy Friday for me because I'm so tired. I spent 9.5 hours on campus today doing full review for my neuro exam that's going to be on Monday. I'm exhausted just because it was so much time on campus with so much information jam-packed into the review sessions, but also exhausted because I feel super discouraged. I've been saying so often that I feel like I don't know what I'm doing and there's so much material and I don't know what's going on, which is true, but there were things that I thought I had a good grasp on, but then when we went over them in class and we were doing practice questions, I realized I don't really have a good grasp on them because I wasn't able to reason my way through every single part of it, and therefore I was getting questions wrong because I feel like at this point there's so much information that you need to be really, really good at in order to really understand everything, in order to rule out incorrect answers and find the right one, and I'm just not at that point yet, and I don't know if 2 days is enough time for me to really get to that point. So yes, that's why I'm feeling very discouraged. Neuroanatomy is really hard. Like really hard. I think it's probably the hardest thing I've done so far. And I do think neuro is supposed to be the hardest, but yeah, kind of hate it. I wanted to enjoy it because I feel like neuro is really cool. And when you actually get a good grasp on things, then it's really awesome. But until you get to that point, you're just in a limbo of confusion, and then nothing is cool because everything just makes you feel stupid. So anyway, I know I say that a lot. I never know anything. I'm gonna fail my exam, and then I never actually do. Now, honestly, I probably won't fail on Monday. Although I do just want to pass, I know that even if I just pass and get like a 70 on the exam, I'll still feel disappointed considering how much time I've put into trying to learn this material. But you know, sometimes you just gotta accept that you can't be good at everything, and sometimes you're just gonna get a 70. It would be really nice to get an A, but we have to be realistic here. I'm not gonna get an A on the neuro exam. I don't even know if I'm gonna get a B on the neuro exam. So if I set my expectations at an A and then I don't get an A, I'll be even more disappointed in myself. So let's just keep the expectations at please pass the exam, bare minimum, please just don't fail. I guess we're gonna see how it goes. By the way, I ended up not vlogging the rest of this week because I figured I would just show you guys what the weekend before the neuro exam looked like. It's probably gonna look like disaster. Who knows? I might cry, even though it's only been 4 weeks of school. I might have to. I've been crying inside every day. It's just never come out yet, but it really might. Good morning, everyone. I have literally been laying in bed for 11 hours and I'm starting to feel a little bit guilty about it, but what can you do? My body is clearly so tired and so is my brain. I stopped studying last night around 10:30, got into bed at 11, and then I think I fell asleep maybe around 11:30, and I set my alarm for 9:30 because in my agenda I wrote that I would start studying by 10 because I figured that would be more than enough time for me to get enough sleep and be well rested to start studying today. I woke up and I don't feel super well rested. I really don't want to study. I'm still so tired. Looking at my agenda just seems so daunting because there's so much I have to do and there's so much that I don't know. And at this point, I'm kind of just like, okay, so what? I've been studying so hard. I still don't know so much. What's another 2 days gonna do? I feel like it's not enough time regardless for me to learn everything I need to know in order to do well on this exam. At the same time, I'm feeling guilty because I'm still laying here instead of doing something productive. I don't know. I'm just so tired and I feel like my body is begging me to chill out. And I'm feeling like I might be a little bit burnt out, which I don't understand because I feel like for the last 4 weeks, I've been doing so well taking care of myself. I stop studying every day around 8 p.m. I keep my study days between 10 to 12 hours tops. Like I never ever study more than 12 hours a day. And if anything, usually like the most I do is 10 hours. And I felt like that was a good way to make sure I wasn't overdoing it and over pushing myself. But then, you know, here I am still tired, feeling like I've been overworked and overpushed, which was what I was totally trying to avoid. But I always feel like the weekend before the exam is when most people are just like, oh my gosh, I'm so over it. I don't want to do it anymore. The fact that my neuro exam is comprised of 2 parts and each of those 2 parts is comprised of multiple ports just seems like overkill for me. Like I know there's a lot of information we need to know, and that's why the exam is so long and is comprised of so much information, but it's just a lot because the first part of the exam is cases, disease index, pharmacology, and then like the physiology of aging. The second part of the exam is plates, imaging, and then live donor. And both of those exams together is like, they're going to be 5 to 6 hours long, which just seems like a lot. 5 to 6 hours for one neuro exam. That just seems excessive, like more than any other exam is going to be this year. It's kind of getting up to the length of a boards exam, and I get it. They're trying to prepare us for taking really long exams, which is fine, but it's just the fact that it's neuro alone that's 5 to 6 hours. Because if you think about it, boards, yeah, the exam's 8 hours, but it's 8 hours of everything, not 8 hours of just neuroanatomy. Oh gosh, I don't know. I'm just venting because I feel like I'm going through a lot. I feel like I'm always going through a lot. Okay, anyway, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I will keep laying here for another 30 minutes, or maybe I will get up right after I film this clip. I don't know.
Fasciculus cuneus. Girl, why did that take you so long? Solitary tract, dorsal motor nucleus, dorsal fasciculus, hypoglossal nucleus, medullary reticular formation. Oh my god, that was so good!
Alright guys, so it's about 3:40 right now, and I figured I would just check in. So far today I've gone through plates, imaging, disease index, pharmacology, physiology of aging, and I've done the old practical practice questions, and I finished all of that about an hour ahead of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold a basket of laundry. I actually have a second basket of laundry, but that basket of laundry is full of just wet clothes because for some reason my washing machine just decided to stop working. So it filled up with water with all my clothes in it and then decided it didn't want to wash it. It didn't want to spin, so I just have a laundry machine filled with water in a basket full of soggy wet clothes. Hopefully that resolves itself soon because it's another thing I just feel like I don't need on my plate right now, but I do need a break from studying, so I'm gonna do something else productive and do my laundry, and I will see you guys later. Lateral spinal tract, descending tract, A alpha fibers. Group 1, motor information. Primary nucleus is in the precentral gyrus, secondary is in the ventral horn, decussates at the pyramidal tracts in the caudal medulla. Period, sis. B, it'll be contralateral, spastic paralysis, upper motor neuron lesion, all levels. Yes. Pop off, girl. At the decussation, to be honest, that's like after the decussation of the pyramid. So it honestly, unless you're saying it's at the pyramid, then it would be bilateral at the level. Spastic paralysis. I think that's typo. I think it should be at the level. It's only all levels below if it's the actual tract. I don't know. Reverse-spinal, reticulospinal, vesiculospinal. Do we really need to know these? When did we go over these? Other than identifying them on the plate. Oh my god. They're all descending, they're all A alpha, group 1, they're all motor. Okay, so pontine reticulospinal and metaphysiculospinal extensors, reverse spinal, medullary reticular. Okay, so reverse spinal is also flexors. Okay, all of the secondary cell bodies are in the ventral horn, easy enough, that's just like lateral spinal tract. Pontine reticular nucleus for pontine reticulospinal tract makes sense. Lateral vesiculospinal is the lateral reticular nucleus. Okay, reverse spinal is the red nucleus. Ruby red nucleus, okay. Medullary reticulospinal, let me guess, it's the medullary reticular. Okay, that's fine, decussation. Stays it's lateral, pontine, eagle in this case, ventral tegmental. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna remember those. It's 11 o'clock. That's enough studying for today. I'm gonna end the night by watching the women's Olympic volleyball team. Alright guys, so it's clearly Sunday now. I didn't get out of bed until 11:30 this morning, which is pretty awful, but what can you do? I was super tired and really had to drag myself out of bed in order to convince myself to study. The other reason why it was so hard to get out of bed is because I kept thinking to myself, is studying today really gonna make a difference in my score tomorrow? I just think that the day before an exam, you're really not gonna learn anything more, at least not enough for it to make a significant impact on your score. I've been thinking about the fact that every day for the last 3 weeks, I've been looking over the pharmacology, the cases, the disease index, the plates, the imaging. I've already looked at it every day for the last 3 weeks. Is looking at it one more time today really gonna make that big of an impact? Probably not. So I was really thinking to myself, is it even worth it to study? Probably not. Even if I were to take the exam right now, I would probably score the same thing that I would score taking it tomorrow, because like I said, I don't think studying for the next 8 to 10 hours is going to bring any new enlightening information to me. So I just feel like it's really not that worth it to continue studying, but I'll feel guilty if I don't. So I'm just gonna keep looking over my things. I'm gonna keep it low key. I'm not gonna push myself too hard. I'm not gonna beat myself up about anything today. So I'm just gonna give it one last go, and then when I see you guys tomorrow, hopefully I am not bawling my eyes out over the exam. Local anesthetics block voltage-gated sodium channels that you're less likely to fire an action potential. Indications for local anesthetics include prior to a small procedure such as getting stitches, prior to getting a tooth taken out or getting a nerve block. Side effects include seizures at high doses, especially in pediatric patients. You have esters and you have amides. Esters include procaine, tetracaine, and cocaine. Cocaine is frequently used in ENT offices to stop really bad nosebleeds. And then amides include lidocaine and bupivacaine. Intravenous anesthetics, these are usually used to induce seizure, so this includes barbiturates and benzodiazepines, both of which work on GABA A receptors. Benzodiazepines include gabapental and methotrexate, while benzodiazepines include, did I say benzodiazepines? I meant barbiturates. What did I just say? Okay, I meant barbiturates. Barbiturates include thiopental and methylhexatol, while benzodiazepines include lorazepam and midazolam. And the benzodiazepines also have sedative effects and anti-anxiety, and they can help in insomnia. If you overdose on benzodiazepines, you could take flumetazole. Ketamine is an NMDA non-competitive antagonist. This one is also used for induction of anesthesia. It can also cause analgesia and sedation, I think, yes. Side effects include increased cardiac output and therefore increased risk of elevated intracranial pressure, hallucinations. Okay guys, this is the last time I'm gonna look at these plates for this exam. I'm gonna go through this PowerPoint one more time and then that's it. That's it, I'm not looking at these things again because I hate them. Okay, ready. Dorsolateral fasciculus. Don't need to know those. Fasciculus gracilis, lateral corticospinal tract, medullary reticulospinal tract, lateral motor nucleus, medial motor nucleus, ALS, fasciculus gracilis. I've already read through my disease index chart like 15 times over the last 2.5 weeks, and I really don't want to do it again, but I just keep thinking to myself, what if I read something today and something just clicks in my head, and then tomorrow I go take the exam, then I see this word pop up and I'm like, oh my god, like I'm so glad I looked at the disease index chart yesterday, because if I didn't, then I wouldn't have gotten this answer right. And then, you know, if I don't look at it, then I'm gonna take the exam, and then if something happens to pop up and I don't know what it is, then I'm gonna be like, oh my god, why didn't I look at the chart? I should have just looked at the chart yesterday. So, you know, I'm like going back and forth trying to figure out what I should do, and I really feel like I should do it, but I just really don't want to do it. Do you see my problem here? So I ended up going through the disease index, and then I think for the last 2 hours I didn't do any more studying. I got really distracted. I took the trash out, and then the bottom of the trash was dirty, so I spent like 10 minutes cleaning that out. Then I was like, okay, I need a break because that was disgusting. So then I went on Etsy and I was like doing some shopping, and then my friend FaceTimed me for an hour so I could see my dog. And then after that I was like, okay, I'm really hungry, so I had a bowl of soup. So I've just been sitting here not doing work for the last 2 hours. I think what I'm gonna do is work out, and then maybe for an hour I'm just gonna review the tracks and maybe look at a couple more cases. But honestly, I think at this point I might be overstudying, and like I said, I know there are things that I don't know, and I've kind of just come to accept that I don't understand it well enough. Even if I get those few questions wrong, I still feel like I'm gonna do fine on tomorrow's exam. At this point, I'm 100% sure I'm gonna pass. I'm not expecting to get an A, but I know for a fact I'm not gonna fail unless my professor throws like wicked crazy curveballs at us, but I don't think that's what's gonna happen. I'm confident that I'm gonna pass. Maybe I'll get a B, and I would be ecstatic about a B. I think I'm just gonna study for an hour more today, and then that'll be it. Hello everyone. Today is the day. I had an awful night's sleep because I was tossing and turning and I couldn't fall asleep. And then whenever I did seem to fall half into sleep, I would literally dream about the exam, and they weren't good dreams. Then I would wake up from those dreams in a panic, and it was awful, honestly. And now I'm here trying to eat this breakfast because I don't know if I'm gonna get a lunch break during my exam, and I'm just dry heaving as I eat it because apparently my bear is trying to fight a body right now. My body is trying to fight a bear right now. My body is trying to fight a bear right now. Like, it thinks I'm about to go into battle, but really I'm just going to take a neuro exam. Maybe that isn't battle, but I'm going through it. I cannot wait for the exam to be over. Good luck.
b.eeana, good luck.
Good luck. Good luck. Well guys, I made it out of the exam unscathed. Quick rundown of how I felt about it. Honestly, I definitely didn't ace it, but I am almost certain that I passed, which is exactly how I was feeling last night when I talked to you guys. The cases, they were fine. There were certain questions that I knew I wouldn't get right, and when I took the exam today, I was like, yep, definitely gonna get these wrong, but that's fine. There were about maybe 10-ish questions I wasn't sure of in terms of the cases. In terms of the disease index, I wasn't very happy about the questions that were asked. I spent a lot of time studying all of the diseases, and there were probably 60 of them, so I was expecting like 30-ish questions about 30 different diseases, but a lot of the questions were kind of like throwback information to things that I learned in block 1 of last year about peripheral nerves, how a patient would present if she broke her arm up here and now the nerve is all messed up. Like, it was not what I was expecting. That's just me venting. I mean, that's that. Plates and imaging really didn't go well, which I'm not surprised about. I would say the imaging was harder than I thought it was gonna be. Plates were just about as hard as I thought they were gonna be. I mean, I really am not that great at plates, so what can you expect? Donor was easy peasy. Put it all together. Pretty sure I passed. I'm really glad it's over with. I'm sorry if this ending is anticlimactic, but I really can't tell you much since I'm not gonna know my score for a little while, but okay, so I just got an email that our grades from yesterday's exam got released, so I'm about to go check it. My heart rate is like 200 beats per minute right now because I'm so scared. Oh my god. I passed. Is this some type of sick joke? Or did I really pass? Final grade calculated. Okay, there's no final grade calculated, but I do see each separate grade for each part of the exam, and I passed both, which just means when you average the two scores, I definitely passed. Did I get an A? No, but that's not what I was aiming for. I definitely passed, and I passed enough to leave me some cushion that if I needed to fail the second exam, I could. And the only reason I say that is because the weekend before the second exam, I'm going to be a bridesmaid in my cousin's wedding, and obviously I want to enjoy the wedding to the fullest. So let's be honest, am I really going to be studying for the exam? Probably not. So I'm going to lose a whole weekend of studying. Obviously, I'm still going to do my best to pass. However, at least now I know that if I get a 65, it'll still be okay. I could scream right now, but Eric's in a meeting, so I can't, but I really want to. Okay, well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys liked it, and if you did, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!